Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of TC Talk. My name is Therese, and thanks for stopping by. So I got the chance to see Michelle Yeoh's Everything Everywhere All at Once a couple of days ago, and I have a lot of thoughts on the movie, so I thought I might give a mini review of it. I guess I should start off with a disclaimer of sorts because I do know that the general consensus of this movie has been generally very positive. A lot of people, and including many of my friends, said it was very emotional and it made them cry. Let me be blunt and say that I'm not going to say that. So if you are after a review that goes along those lines, click away now. And yeah, so I know I might as well just save your time right now. And yeah, but I do have a lot of interesting thoughts, I guess. And I suppose I'm going to. My TLDR for this movie is I applaud this movie a lot for its uniqueness, and I am glad that this movie made. On the other hand, I can't help but feel that there is another movie underneath all of the randomness, and what ultimately is the family drama. And personally, I wish they would have explored those elements instead. There it is, I suppose, one line. But let me just try and elaborate on that. I'll start with what is the general premise of the movie, and yeah, it's basically this. It follows Michelle Yeoh's character, whose name is Evelyn. She is the co-owner of a little laundromat in the United States, and it kind of the movie basically sets it up so much as that she's very busy. She's basically in the middle of a tax audit. Don't you just love taxes? But in the middle of tax audit, so she's stressed trying to organize all the paperwork. She's not having the best time of her life. Let's just put it like that. And underneath all, she's dealing with stuff with her daughter, and the fact that her father, I think it's the father or the father-in-law, is there as well. So all these in the mix all have their own issues all their own mini personalities and stuff. So she has to deal with. It becomes interesting when her husband, who's played by, I think his name is Key, kind of switches personalities and tells her that he's from an alternate universe, and she is basically given the ability to verse jump. I think that is the term that they use. So she ends up seeing multiple iterations of not only herself but the people around her. There's the daughter. I suppose I should step back. So she's got, when she first starts off, she's dealing with stuff with the daughter, one of which is I suppose her daughter is gay, introducing her girlfriend, and well, her grandfather doesn't know yet. So that's one of the many things. But also life, doing something on your own is not easy. I suppose that's it. So she's stressed, and that is a contraption that she uses to basically verse jump. And why does she need to verse jump? Well, she needs to fight Jojo Tsubaki. I think I got her name right. And Jojo Tsubaki is... And, okay, let me backtrack. So that's how they see the universe. So they set up the multiverses as being created every time you make a decision. Because once there's a split choice that you can make, there's an ultimate version of yourself making the other choices. So as you can probably imagine from that premise there of infinite possibilities, infinite universes. Again, I wish they explored that a little bit further, but they kind of just don't do that. They kind of just say there's an alpha universe, there's another weird universe where Raccoon is Ratatouille, there's another further universe where she has sausages for fingers. And well, so the things I like is basically why she can jump verse is when there are multiple iterations of yourself and multiple possibilities. They allow you the ability to gain their skills. So she learns the ability to sing, but also develop like breath, martial arts, and all that stuff. So that part was very intriguing. But again, I'm going to be going on a lot of tangents. Be forewarned. So why is she doing all of this? To fight Jojo Tsubaki. Let me see if I can find. And Jojo Tsubaki ends up being her daughter, or one of the iterations. As it turns out. Oh, I should also put a disclaimer that this video will have spoilers on this movie. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, I highly recommend you click away and watch the movie first before you come back and listen to my little mini rant, blah blah blah. We clear? Okay, so Joshi Tabaki is basically Joy, the daughter from the Alpha universe. What happened was they tried, according to Alpha Raymond, her husband. So what happened is they tried to see how far they could push that verse jumping. They basically pushed it to the limit. So now Jojo Tabaki can access all the multi realities and universes all at once, and that kind of ends up with the implosive emotive mode, like apparently, because again, this is all exposition. Where when you have access to everything, you end up caring about nothing. So she ends up being nihilistic, and then creates this black hole vortex bagel, and that's bad, because it's kind of like sucking in everything, and it's kind of implied that it has the potential to destroy the universe, though not really. It's just not good, whatever the little bagel is. Although, spoiler alert, the bagel was not because she wanted to destroy the universe, she just wanted to kill herself just because, why not? So yeah, that's that. On one note, that could have been a very interesting point. What if you knew all the possibilities? Would you feel is depressed the right word? Is depressed the right word for that state where you just stop caring? Maybe it's something else. Maybe nihilistic I don't know. So that's basically who the enemy Jojo Tabaki is. And that's why she has to go save the universe and all that stuff. So she has access to all these multiverses. Interestingly enough, there is a multiverse version of herself where she doesn't run off with her now husband, and she ends up being a famous kung fu actress. No, it's not true. Quick. Did anyone catch the part where they actually showed the Crazy Rich Asians poster and stuff? Was that from a red carpet thing promotion? Let me know if you guys know. But back to my point. There is a version where she does martial arts, and it would have been here's another interesting thing, which I wish they explored, but they didn't really. The story basically implies that in this universe, it's the worst version of herself. Like this is a what if Evelyn, where she made all the wrong choices in her life. That's why she's not very happy. Now, just hold that thought for a minute and imagine that imagine someone told you this, that your life, out of all the possibilities that your life could go, is the most shit. How would you feel? But here's the thing, that could have been a very interesting premise to explore, like, holy shit, well, what have I been doing with life? But they kind of don't explore it because the movie just doesn't let her do that, because multiverse jumping and family stuff. So yeah, don't get the chance to really delve onto that potential thing all too much. And aside from just skills and randomness, they don't really explore. There's a Ratatouille parody, sort of. There's Harry Shim, I think that's his name. So that was cool. So back to my point, they kind of don't explore non-multiverses so much as a premise, so much as a way to gain skills and to fight Jojo Tabaki. So yeah, which is, well, her, I guess. Yeah. So I shall give props for what this movie tried to do. I still am processing the movie, so I'm not quite sure what the movie is trying to do and whether or not it succeeded, at least for me. But you know what? Props for being unique and different and interesting, I guess. And yeah, let's see where. I suppose the best thing I can praise are these other performances. That was the thing I took away that I liked the most, to be honest. Because I'm one of those people that if I think about it too much, I might notice the plot inconsistencies and stuff, and yeah, I'd rather not do that for this movie, because this is not a plot-driven movie. It is a character-driven movie at the end of the day. So, go here for performances by Michelle Yeoh. And, well, I mean, I was blown away by, Key, her husband, because he is a person that actually switches between iterations of himself. So that is I imagine a much bigger task as an actor, to be multiple personalities and stuff. So, yeah, go here for the acting. go for the acting. Martial arts fight scenes. Right. They are there. I don't know whether or not I would recommend watching this movie just for the fight sequences. I'm not going to deny that they're clever. Maybe they're just too few and far between to just watch it for that reason. But just watch it anyway, because you do get some really interesting performances, not only by whoever is a stunt guy for Ki. I'm going to assume that the guy that did the fight scene for Ki is not him actually doing it. Let's see if I can find. Because I don't know how much of martial arts he is. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about this. So if I am wrong about that, let me know in the comments. There we go. There we go. I don't think it... I mean, there was a little bit of CGI. I don't know if it was him doing it. If it was him, then great job. I'm pretty sure Michelle did some of this. I don't know how much she did for all of it. Let's see if I can find another image. Okay, so I think she did most of this. So kudos, she still got it. You do get to see some really interesting fight performances by the guys from Martial Club, so Andy and Brian Lee. So kudos for them to getting another role on a feature-length movie. This time you do actually get to see their faces. That's a step up, I guess. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. So where does this move? So yeah, you also do get to see a good performance by Jamie Lee Curtis, who is their tax auditor, IRS. They just love taxes. Yeah, coming out to June. Oh my god, I will refrain from that. And there is a universe where she has sausages for fingers. So that's a iteration. I think that was just for randomness. Maybe there is a point and I've kind of missed it. I'm kind of leaning to the conclusion here that sometimes movies can be well done, but not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can acknowledge that there's a lot of cleverness and well produced stuff, and you can still not feel it for whatever reason. That's okay. I mean, I do have to give props credit to where it's due. So yeah, if you're not in the mood, that's probably not going to do much for you. So yeah, I mean, it does reach a conclusion where how does it end? Basically, it's just dealing with their relationship, which I suppose if this were me, and if I was writing this movie, I might have tried to add in more of the interaction, just to establish more what it is, because you kind of left it in the air with what it is. You know that there's problems. I guess I just was hoping for a little bit more just to solidify it. But then again, I'm just kind of hoping there was a lot of interesting ideas, but they kind of just there's a lot in this movie, so I suppose they couldn't fit in everything. I think I like his performance the most though, especially when, to go back onto another tangent, on the premise, on the idea that if they had never actually gotten together, like she had made the choice not to leave her family and run off with him to start, a laundromat, that her life would have been happier. She kind of just goes on to the conclusion that actually isn't true, because she does love him, I think. On that note, there is an interesting thing with the divorce papers. And I have to be honest, when it came into the revelation that it was him who drew up the papers, I have to admit I was very confused, because he didn't come across as a character that actually wanted to do that. Maybe I missed something, because that didn't make sense. Maybe that's beside the point. I mean, they kind of resolve it for reasons. Yeah, so they kind of come with reasons that they are happy where they are, which is cool, I guess, for them. So yeah, and she resolves the stuff with his daughter too, and her father, which is nice. Here's another point. Oh, there's Brian. Let's see if I can find the right image for this. Probably not. I think that's kind of the question where she resorts from. She kind of has a conflict with his dad, because it's kind of implied, and a lot of it's through flashback, that the dad has always generally been disapproving and wasn't really happy with anything that she did, including running off. And then she kind of challenges him and asks him why he let her go. And when that scene happened, I was kind of like, so you weren't happy with when he was telling you what to do, but you didn't want him to stop you. Can you pick one? You know what I'm saying? That's just me. And maybe because I do like James Hong, and a lot of the conflict is in flashback, so you don't actually see him in the present actually doing it. So for me, maybe that made it harder for me to read as the narrative that they were trying to go for. So that's probably what again. I think maybe this is the sort of movie that you need to see more than once to get it. Maybe it is, but my interest in seeing it more than multiple times is not that high. I gotta be honest. It's just that's just me. That's just me. I mean, the fight scenes are decent, but you're not going to watch this movie for the fight scenes. You're going to watch it for the characters and the story. I think. Is anyone in sense? I mean, I know I'm going to get a lot of disagreement. Let me know in the comments. Feel free to disagree with me on this, because I'm probably missing a lot. This is just my knee-jerk reactions to what I saw. I kind of wish you didn't call it a bagel. I kind of wish you called it a vortex or something for it to have more resonance, whatever that nothingness was. Again, that could have been a very interesting premise. You could have explored that when people actually feel nothing, like feel like their life is meaningless because they have access to everything. That could have been an interesting point to explore. So yeah. So I guess I probably might come with more points later. So what is my conclusion? I do recommend watching this movie at least once because it is very interesting and it has... I think it does have a lot to say, even though I'm kind of not getting what that is. Maybe it's supposed to be family is important. Maybe that's the conclusion at its distilled, most condensed form. No matter what iteration, no matter where you go. I suppose I'm just saying that if I wanted to see watch a family drama between generations with the Chinese cultural Asian stuff in the mix, I'll just rewatch, The Joy Luck Club, which came out in 1993, nearly 30 years ago. Yeah, but I do recommend this movie, if not for Michelle Yeoh's performance, and the performance of everyone around us. So Jamie Lee Curtis did a great job. Key, the guy that used to be in Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. So I am glad that he's getting back in the game, because I have been reading papers where he kind of just felt a little bit jaded. I mean, maybe not jaded, but felt like he wasn't going to get roles afterwards. So this is one of the first main roles that he's had in a while. I do like his character, or maybe I feel sorry for him, because it doesn't look like he and his wife were very happy for a very long time despite it all. So yeah. I think I'll leave it at that. I guess this is just me doing another rant and my own preambled thoughts. Do let me know what you think about this movie, because I know a lot of people had a lot to say. Yeah, leave in the comments below. If you like more of this content, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.